Hello and welcome to turn 3 of this Dominions 4 multiplayer playthrough, which has been played with 6 other YouTubers, and you can find links to their channels in the description of this video. And just please keep in mind that, well, comments and liking and all that kind of stuff is deeply encouraged. I'd love to get some tips and helpful advice from you guys, but please make sure not to give me any secret information from their videos. We are not watching each other's videos to try and keep this game, like the secrecy part of it. I mean, you shouldn't know what your opponents are doing, so please help me. Yeah, tell me things that I need to know, help me, but don't let me know what they're doing. Also keep in mind that there is a 5-turn delay between making these videos and uploading them to YouTube, so yeah, that just limits how quickly I can react to any advice you're giving. So last turn was the first time we had a battle, and I must admit over the past few days just waiting for this turn to come through, I was getting like a little bit stressed, like, oh no, what if a disaster happens and this woodsman managed to shoot a dart into my guy? And I was like, it's highly unlikely, but my guy is not a fighter. He doesn't have hit points, he doesn't have much armor protection, so that really kind of stressed me out a little bit. It's like, oh, deeply unlikely, but we have the battle, so let's watch the battle. The first battle, exciting stuff. So we got the pioneers up front, we got my prophets and the priestsmith, and that's me behind. And yeah, flying shards is the name of the game. They're going to do a fair bit of damage, I hope. Battle moves costs many more flying shards than everyone, and my priestsmith is because of virtue of his greater earth magic. These arrows, well, I mean, they struggle to penetrate these guys' armor because the armor is rough, and these woodsmen really don't have much penetrating ability, even with the arrows all their sticks. Dagger? Yeah, you're trying to fight these guys with a dagger. That's 12 damage, okay? 12 damage, and to do damage you have to overcome the protection with some dice rolls. It's just really difficult to hurt these guys with daggers. These guys are just going to do that, and it's great. More flying shards. Friendly fire in this game can be an issue, and that's what flying shards is quite nice here, is that they've got low penetration, so they're really good against these non-armored units. But even if they hit, my own guys are just like, got armor, dude. Yes, they do. They got the armor. So this is going very well so far. The one thing I don't like about flying shards is that it takes them so long to get across the map. And there they run. So the morale is broken, and that is the end of that battle. So I lost one pioneer, which is realistically as perfect as I was going to get. I mean, obviously it'd be better if I lost no pioneers, but losing one, I'm really happy with this result. So we've also got this message from Shinuyama. Hail, smiths of the land. The Bakemono respects skill and force of arms, both of which are found among the people of Ulm. We hope a common respect for earth will breed a kindred spirit. Glory to the name of Tortuga San. Okay, so I will reply to that. Send messages, send text messages. Okay. To the people of Shinuyama. The land is bountiful, with much to share, and we hope to share it with you. How nice! Peace eternal. Don't people of all. So that's just a very generic, let's be friends, yo. But in this game, it's just, you just don't be friends. I mean, people are going to be stabbed and people are going to be dead. So we got the throne here. This is the throne of the first age. Spreads dominion, increases magic. It's really not the bonus I would have really hoped. That just basically undoes one of my drain scales. Or is it? Does that just apply to the province? Either which way, I think magic. Does it only affect the research? It might do more, but I think it only Either which way, it's not a major thing. But what is nice is throne of the first age. It's a level 2 throne, so to have one so close to me is pretty cool, and it helps spread dominion by 3, which is a good number. Okay, so for the next turn, the things I'm going to do is Conrad's going to go there. Conrad, my priestsmith, is going to go back, so he can do some research here. He can't research here because there is no lab. Battle Moose is going to search for magic sites, so we've got a move from Conrad to attack the next province. Priestsmith is going to go back to Citadel. Battle Moose is going to search. I mean, that is the entire reason he came here. I have recruited a new priestsmith. I'm pretty much only going to recruit them. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to send these pioneers to this priestsmith in a line formation. Just send them up front. Actually, not line formation. And then let me just check exactly how this army setup is, because I want, okay, they're all right in the front. Because I'm going to do the same thing. What I'm doing here is I'm just using him to ferry pioneers to group up with the major army, and I'm going to do that each turn as he walks around the cap circle. So each turn, some unit is going to ferry units to my main army. So that's all fine. And he set battle orders, cast a specific spell. It's going to be just flying shards again. So my army has grown in the past turn, which is exactly what you want. Okay, you go there. Hey, it's a nice triangle. If you look at the province, it's got some stuff from my dominion, not too much. It's got income of 26, which isn't great. It's got resource 44, which the capital is going to draw on. This is really the thing I want to work on. I'm going to increase the defense. I think to 11 is the right number. This just helps to reduce the unrest, which I have to keep an eye on because I got turmoil, which just does nasty things to unrest. It's turmoil, unrest reduction -1. So I need to just make sure that you keep an eye on the unrest. Even though with the turmoil of level 3, one of my playthroughs, I didn't really have much issue with unrest. So, but it's definitely a thing I'm gonna have to keep my eye on. Hey, Conrad's got a heroic ability, which is great. The hero with this ability receives an increased number of hit points. Any commander entering the Hall of Fame gets a heroic ability that will become increasingly better while it remains in the Hall of Fame. So that's great. He's got 25 hit points, and his number of hit points is actually dependent on how strong the domain he's in. So I wasn't really necessarily going to try and make him into a thug, and I'm still probably not, but there's a lot of capacity to kit him out in proper armor and give him a lot of items to really... It's with this, right? I wouldn't really consider without this hit point buff. We can look into statistics and look at the Hall of Fame, which is also a nice thing to do. I don't really know what these guys are about. These guys are just, they say they're just special monsters, so these aren't players. But if we look at this, we basically, there are 5 of us in the Hall of Fame. So 2 players aren't in it, and I'm not really entirely sure how or why. Does that mean they haven't acquired a province? Did they try and blind expand? Did they just go very poorly? We've got 4 kills on Bishop Pete Petter. He's the prophet of man. To get 4 kills, maybe. I mean, look, he's probably a bishop, right? Unless there's some kind of, you know, trick that's going on here. I've got 1 kill from it, so maybe not any super combatants. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe there aren't any super combatants, so that's plausible. But I'll keep an eye on this because I'm quite surprised that there aren't all of us in it. But and you can't really actually get any other information besides their names. Birdiebot, that's just that's a name he's used before. Smith, Putin. Really? I don't think Putin's a monster. Well, maybe he is. Well, geez, let's not get into that at all. but Putin in this game, at least, he's a special monster. Okay, so have I done everything that I need to do? I've read messages. Not going to get any more research done this turn. One pre-smith is coming in here, one pre-smith is going over there. Next turn there'll be a pre-smith here that will be able to do some research. We're going to get some site searching. So hopefully we're going to find our first magic sites. That'll be exciting. Make sure the recruit is on. Yeah, everything is fine. Everything's fine, I think. And here we've got 40 militias and slingers, and these guys really are no match for the pikeneers. They just don't really stand a chance. Yeah, okay. That's the end of this video. So next turn, oh, gotta be my spy, that's it. So I'll move him here. Maybe I'll move him here. Try and just get further away and try and find the location of at least someone. Yeah, so last turn, you might remember I sent all those messages out. They will get them this turn, so I only get the reply the next turn. There's quite a delay in the messaging system in the way the game works. It's not really useful for coordinating too strongly, but try and keep as much communication within the game as possible. I think that's generally the idea. Yeah, so that last turn basically went swimmingly. I'm really hoping to find some nice sites. One other thing, yeah. If I go to recruit units here, we get a wood hand druid, and what's interesting here is this nature mage, and this opens up a whole avenue of items. Well, not really a whole avenue. It basically allows me to build endless bags of wine. So I'm definitely going to recruit 2 of these guys unless a burn option comes up. So I'm able to build endless bags of wine, so I can then, you know, just attach them to my units and have effectively infinite supply for my units. So I'm really happy that this here exists. It is sacred, which is nice. 7 research ability, which I think to scoff at, but with my drain that'll go down to 4 and provide some supply bonus. Still, definitely not going to use these for researchers. These guys are just awful. They're just terrible. I'm not going to bother recruiting them. But if there are some nice options in the other provinces, I will recruit those units. It all depends. I want to get some temples down too. Okay, that's that turn. Yeah, please join me next time for turn 4 of this multiplayer series, and maybe you might actually get some multiplayer interaction. Okay.